All right, thanks for watching. In this video, we're going to talk about how we export our files from OnShape. This could be for any number of reasons. Perhaps we're trying to 3D print our part. Maybe we're going to bring it over to some sort of CAM program and program it to CNC machine it, or any other reason. You might need to export a part, even just to transfer from one program to another. So I have a model here. Okay, and I'm going to show you how we would export it. All right, and I'm going to initially show you all the different settings that you might want to change, and then I'm going to give you, since a lot of people who watch my channel are really into 3D printing, I'm going to give you my ideal settings for if I'm exporting something to 3D print. All right, so first thing you're going to do, once you have your model created, you're going to go down to the tab and you're going to right click it. All right, and when you right click, a bunch of options are going to pop up. The option we're looking for is this one right here that says export. All right, and we're going to choose export. And this window is going to pop up. All right, and it's going to default to a parasolid format. So let's go down the list here and let's talk about what we might want to change. So first off, our file name, this is the name it's going to give the part that we export and download. The next is our format. All right, and there's a bunch of different options. If you're passing it between CAD programs or parametric modeling programs, my personal recommendation, unless it's for a specific program like SolidWorks, obviously you'd use SolidWorks, but my recommendation would be something like STEP, okay, or IGES files. All right, those are really reliable for passing along. Parasolids are very reliable for passing over to, say, a CAM program like Mastercam really likes parasolids, but it also has no problem with these two as well. These are kind of your most common. A couple other ones you might use, Collada files are great for some of our architecture programs. Rhino files for Rhino 3D. OBJs are really good for certain things, maybe your animation programs, maybe you're passing it to Maya. And then 3MF, those are designed for passing things over to specific 3D printing slicing programs. Now, my recommendation, if you're going to 3D print it, or really just pass this over to any sort of 3D viewer, is go to an STL or a stereolithography file. We're going to pick that, and it's going to change our settings. Okay, now there's a couple options you can do. I don't usually mess with it because if I'm bringing this over into like Bamboo Lab or Cura or one of those types of programs, I'm going to set up what axis is up once I bring it in. But you can export it so that the y-axis is always going to be up where it'll orient like this. You're going to switch to binary, stay on binary for that one. For units, it really depends on what you're exporting to. I personally, depending on what I modeled it in, is what I like to use. So I modeled this part in millimeters, so I'm going to make it millimeters. If I had modeled it in inch, I'd switch it to inch. So we're going to go millimeter. Then here's your resolution, okay? Now, if this is a really simple part, let's say it's just a cube, all right? None of these are really going to matter a whole lot for you. But if you're exporting out a simple, or even a slightly more complex file like the one I have here, you're going to want to pick at least a fine setting, okay, which is going to enhance your mesh. It's going to have a little bit more smoothness on your round edges, and I have a lot of round edges on this part. All right, and then you also could go to custom and actually change those tolerances if you want, but fine works really well for 99% of parts in my experience. All right, then from here, really easy. We're just going to go to download. All right. You could also download and store in a new tab, email the file with a download link, things like that if you're trying to pass it to someone else who's maybe going to do this post-processing for you. We'll leave it on download. If we have a assembly or a model where we created multiple parts underneath our area over here, all right, we could say export unique parts as individual files. I have one part, it doesn't matter in this scenario. And then include hidden instances in export. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and hit export. And as soon as I do that, I'm going to see that download pop right up here. Okay. Now, once I have that downloaded, it's going to go directly to my download folder. Okay. And in that download folder, you'll see your part .stl. All right. That's your part you're going to want to import into your slicing programs if that's why you're doing this. All right. So fairly simple. Exporting parts is really easy in OnShape. They make it really easy to do. Feel free to play around with the settings. See what settings you like most. This is what I usually do 95% of the time. Thanks for tuning in.